Hey Mama, I'm Kim with Mindful Mama Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a prenatal practice for hip and low back discomfort. You don't need any props today. If you do have a pillow or a blanket, you may want to grab that just so that you have something to sit on. You can elevate the hips and get your pelvis into a more neutral alignment. But if you don't have anything, no worries. Let's get started in child's pose. So let's bring the big toes to touch, knees wide apart. As much as you need to make space for baby. Start to sink your chest and your forehead down to the mat. You can reach your fingertips out long, or you can just stack your forearms on top of one another and let the forehead rest on top of your arms. Whichever position feels most comfortable for you, so you can soften into the low back. Start to release and open into the hips. Now let's take a few deep breaths here to begin. So all together, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go with a big sigh. Okay, let's do that once more. Deep breath in, filling up, expanding. Open your mouth, let it go, big sigh. See if you can release any remaining tension you're holding on to. Soften your fingers, your jaw, all the little muscles in your face, and allow your entire body to sink a little deeper down into the earth. Just staying here for another couple deep rounds of breath. Inhale fully, exhale deeply. On your next inhale, let's begin to press up onto all fours. So just pull yourself up, coming into tabletop. Hands right under shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide, and let's move through a few rounds of cat-cows. So on your inhale, drop your belly, curl your tailbone, lift your chin just ever so slightly here. You may want to just keep the spine in neutral alignment to prevent a big back bend. And then on the exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, press your hands down into the earth. So inhale, as you pull your heart through, be very gentle here. We don't want to create a big back bend. And then on your exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, press the earth away. So let's start to flow a little smoother now, linking breath to movement. Again, if you're feeling too much of a stretch into your belly, into the front body, just keep your spine nice and neutral here. Cat-cows are definitely my go-to whenever I'm having some stiff and achiness in my hips and my back. Let's do a couple more rounds here. Inhale fully, exhale deeply. And now you can start to sway your hips from side to side. And working into the side body here, the outer hips. So sway the hips, even looking over the opposite shoulder. So you'll bump your hip to the right, look over the left shoulder. Bump your hip to the left, look over your right shoulder. So side to side movement here. And staying connected to your deep breath in, deep breath out. Now, if you have any pain in your wrists, you can always do this on your elbows. Just lift your hips up, sway. And then as you're ready, let's start to make some large hip circles. So in a clockwise motion, just make large hip circles. Press your hips over to the right and then back all the way forward. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Go ahead and switch now counterclockwise. Come back to center. On your inhale, uh-oh, my microphone fell. Hold on just a moment. Okay, back to business. Let's get back to our tabletop. Kick that left leg back. You can tuck the right toes under here. This gives a little more support. Hug baby in towards you. Flex your left toes down. Hips are in line with one another. Feel free to stay right here, or you can start to extend your right arm forward. Pinky spiraling down. Really press firmly down into that left hand. Keep your breath smooth and calm. Gently hugging baby up towards you here. So core is strong. You're not dipping into the low back. So this really helps to strengthen our back muscles here. Strengthen the core. Take another deep inhale and exhale. Keep that, or drop that right hand down. Keep the left leg up, but just slide it over to the left. So we're getting into the inner thigh now. So make sure that the ankle's in line with your hip. I like to tuck the right toes under if you haven't already. And then you can stay right here. This may be enough sensation for you into that left inner thigh, that left hip. Or you can start to come back. So you're going to slide your hips back and come onto the forearms. So again, find what works for you. Find what feels good, especially in prenatal yoga. It's all about finding what feels nourishing and beneficial to your body in that day. You know, it can change from day to day, especially since there's so many changes going on every single day in our bodies. You start to lift back up onto your palms if you're not there already. On your inhale, you're going to use your core to kick your left leg back. And then as you exhale, step in between your palms. It may take you a couple steps to get them up there, get that leg up there. You may even just grab onto this shin and pull it through, depending on how big belly is. Start to lift up, so you can walk your hands up this left thigh, press your hips forward. So we get a nice release into the psoas, into that front right hip. So you can stay right here, interlace your fingers behind the left thigh or on top of the left thigh. Or you can, as you inhale, reach your arms high. Or another option, if you'd like to take a side bend, grab onto your right forearm with your left hand and slowly tip over to the left. So you get a big side body stretch all the way down into your left hip flexor to your left armpit, or your right hip flexor to your right armpit. Take one more deep breath in and deep breath out. If you're in that side bend, slowly come back up, hands to the hips. Slowly drop your fingertips down. Come back, tabletop pose. Take a couple rounds of cat-cows, or you can sway the hips from side to side, whatever you need right now. And then we'll do the other side. Come back. Inhale, right leg extends back. Flex the right toes down. Feel free to tuck the left toes under, added support and stability. Hug baby up in towards you. Protect the low back. Feel free to stay here, or you can extend your left arm forward. Press firmly down into the right hand. Create space for the neck. And one deep breath in and out. Left hand drops. Slide the right leg out to the side so the ankle's in line with your hip. You can stay upright if this is enough, or you can tuck the left toes under if it's not already, and slide it back. Come onto the forearms. And let's take 3 slow rounds of breath here. Relax through your jaw. Soften your fingertips. Slowly press yourself back up onto your palms if you're not there. On your inhale, kick kick that right leg back using your core. Exhale, curl knee to chest, step in between the palms. Walk your hands up the right thigh. So take whatever arm variation you did on the other side as you gently press your hips forward. You can reach your arms high. Or if you took the side bend on the other side, grasp onto your left forearm. Take an inhale as you lift up. And then as you exhale, let's tip over to the right. You can gently pull up and over onto that right arm, just to increase sensation some. Let's take a deep breath in and breath out. If you're in the side bend, wherever you are, actually, let's drop those fingertips down. Come back, tabletop pose. Walk your hands forward a couple inches. Tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. For this first one here, let's pedal into the legs. Bend into one knee and then the other. Maybe roll out the head, shake out the neck, whatever feels good here. Make sure to spread your fingers nice and wide. And you can always take puppy dog pose here. If this is too much on the wrists, you can drop to the knees. Reach your fingertips forward and sink your chest down. So this is an option for downward facing dog. Wherever you are, one more inhale and exhale. And then slowly start to walk your feet forward and come standing into Uttanasana, forward fold at the very top of your mat. Now you may need to, depending on how far along you are, you may need to really widen your stance here. Create space for baby. Bend into your knees. Roll out the head. Just let your entire upper body hang heavy. So you have options here. You can come into ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows. Find a gentle sway from side to side if that feels good. You could just bring your fingertips down to the earth and just hang out. Bend your knees as much as you need. So the more you bend your knees here, the more you get a release into that low back. So for this class, let's bend our knees a lot. Okay, let's take one more inhale and exhale. And then from here, let's take a yogi squat. So your feet are going to be super wide. So widen your stance out. You may need to even bring your feet off of your mat. Toes spiral out, heels in. And then slowly lower your hips. Bring the hands to the heart. All right. You may be in a different shape. You may have the heels lifted. You may need to widen your stance a little more so you can really soften the heels down. If you have that blanket or pillow, you can always roll it up here underneath your feet. Or if you have any pelvic pain, so if you are having any issues with pelvic pain, your pubic symphysis, you may need to bring this up here. Now this is a little bit harder because you're working the strength of your legs, but squats are also really good to do during pregnancy. So find a position that works for you, no right or wrong. Lengthen up through the spine wherever you are. If you're in this yogi squat here, bring your elbows to the insides of your inner thighs and see if you can press your thighs back some, your knees back. Let's take one more inhale and exhale. Now bring your fingertips down. Actually, let's bring them behind so we can just take a seat. We'll just sit back. If you were using that blanket or pillow, you may want to place it again underneath your sit bones, underneath your seat. just to find that little height. I find that this feels really good on my SI joints. So find what works for you. If you don't have one, that's okay. But let's bring our right leg out for a couple of seated postures here. So right leg out, flex the toes back, bring that right hand to the calf or the ankle. And then on your inhale, let's reach this left arm up and over. So you're gonna rotate the chest up by pressing the left shoulder back. So everything is nice and lifted and open. You can take your gaze up towards the ceiling or underneath that left armpit if it feels okay in your neck. If there's some tension here, just find a gaze that feels good. You can soften through your jaw, soften through your shoulders. Really reach through the fingertips here, working into the QL band, onto our side body here, which can really help with low back pain. Take one more inhale and exhale. Let's back up to center. Bring that left foot in for butterfly. So butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees relax down towards the earth. And sit with a nice long spine here. We're trying to tilt our pelvis forward into a nice neutral alignment here. Let's take one more inhale just to sit up nice and tall, and exhale. And you can stay right here, or you can slowly start to bend forward. Rounding through the back, softening the shoulders, the neck. And let your breath travel up and down your spine. If you folded forward, slowly lift yourself back up. And now let's find just a little bit of a bounce with our knees. So just some gentle movement into the hip sockets. And then from here, hip circles. So we're just going to circle our entire upper body here. Press the shoulders forward and then all the way back. You can grab onto your ankles to help you stay balanced as you press yourself back. Doesn't matter which direction you're going. We'll switch here in a moment. All right, let's switch opposite direction. Keeping your breath smooth, deep, and calm. Lift back up to center. Extend that left leg out now for Janu Shirshasana with a side bend. Flex your left toes back. I want to keep this leg nice and active here. Left hand comes to either your left ankle or your shin, wherever you can reach. Doesn't really matter here. And then on your inhale, right arm reaches up and over. So you're reaching towards your left toes. But the important thing here is to keep your chest open and lifted. So press your right shoulder back as you rotate up, even taking your gaze up towards the ceiling, underneath the right armpit, or really just wherever there's no tension in your neck or jaw. Reach, reach, reach. Let's take 2 more slow rounds of breath. Slowly lift back up to center. Bring your legs in. Now let's come into a nice figure 4. So working into the piriformis, into the glutes. So again, you may want to have that pillow or blanket that you can sit on. Let's bring the fingertips behind, and I like to come onto the fingertips. just to give myself a little more height here. Plant the feet down, cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, your left knee. Now, depending where you are in your pregnancy, you may be able to do this all the way down onto your back. But if you're pretty far along, or if it's just not comfortable for you to be lying on your back for a period of time, we can do this seated. So flex your right toes back. This helps to stabilize the right knee. And really all you need to do here to find sensation is to lift up through the chest, roll your shoulders back, keep your spine long. Now, if you need more, you can kind of gently bend into your elbows, lean back some, and slide this left heel closer towards your glutes. And then again, lift up through the chest. You may want to come down onto the palms if that feels more comfortable. Last inhale and exhale. All right, bend into your elbows, lean back, release that right foot down, and now we'll switch. Left ankle on top of the right thigh, flex your left toes back, come onto the fingertips, down to the palms. Fingertips can face back, or you can even face them forward. So fingertips are reaching towards your heels. So kind of just depends on what feels better in your shoulders. If you need to slide your right foot up some, increase sensation, find your sweet spot. Once you arrive, let your eyes close. 3 rounds of breath. Release your left foot down. Come back to a seat. Sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down. Rest your hands just comfortably on your knees or your thighs or your lap. So as pregnant mamas, we know how important it is to keep our physical body nourished and open throughout our pregnancy as we prepare our bodies for birth. But I believe that it's equally important to keep our thoughts and our mindsets calm and relaxed and resilient so we can stay in that positive mindset and we can keep our mental body just as nourished as our physical body. So let's come into a couple affirmations. I really like to do these every single day just to keep myself relaxed and, in that positive mindset. So bring your hands to your belly. And let's connect here with our baby. Now close your eyes. Soften through your shoulders, your neck. Relax all the muscles in your face. And take a deep breath in for yourself. And take a deep breath in for your baby. You are coming into this present moment. This moment that you get to share with just you and your baby. You can silently repeat these mantras or these affirmations, or you can repeat them out loud. My baby and I are safe in this space. My baby feels my love. I honor and respect my pregnant body and rest when I need to. I trust in my body's ability to birth my baby. I am connected to all of the mamas that have birthed before me. Let's take one more deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale it out. You can flutter the eyes open. Thank you for joining me here on the mat for prenatal yoga, hips and back. I have some other yoga videos that are just for moms, whether you're postnatal or prenatal yoga. So make sure to check out my channel and subscribe, and I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.